Hey guys, this is Kartika Kantwal from Apex Mfsl and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session consisting of both the equity watch list as well as the index outlook for tomorrow. Now, before, as usual, we start with the new things that we have for tomorrow. Out of all the trades that we had discussed yesterday, we had a neutral day for the watch list today where one hit the target and one hit the stop loss. And as far as the indices are concerned, the indices, I told you guys, don't expect a big move today. So there was not really a big move. Instead, it was range bound. Then we were able to capture about 70 odd points on Nifty and close to 140 points on BANKNIFTY. Small trades, nothing spectacular, but still keeping up the green streak. I hope the same goes for you too, and you are on the green side of things as well. Starting with the scripts that we have for tomorrow, the first one, as usual, is PL Piramal Enterprises, where we are going to go for a long position. Simple, if you consider the impulsive move that we have here, the up move as the primary swing leg, which broke the lower high formation. 50% retracement brings us close to 1235. 1230. So we're going to take a long position at that level around 1228, stop loss at 1210, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to Mfsl, Max Financial Services, we're going to take a short position. As you can see, this range, I told you guys it has been in this range, right? We discussed, I believe, yesterday or day before yesterday, and that range has been very well respected yet again. So we're going to go for a short position at the upper ceiling of that range near 625, 626. Stop loss being at 633 and ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the third one, Auto Pharma. Auto Pharma, we're going to take a long position at the previous swing point, very simple trade at 782. Also happens to be a good demand zone. Stop loss going at 772, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the next one, Bharat Forge. Bharat Forge, we're going to go for a breakdown trade on this one. As you can see, instead of carrying on the higher low formation, the intensity seems to have reduced at this point of time, and it seems to have entered a downward channel. Now, as that channel is going to, of course, push it downwards, we are going to take a short position when it breaks the previous swing point of 443. So we have a short under 443, stop loss at 450, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to Lupin. Now for Lupin, well, we have a short position planned, but it is pretty far away. But you have to understand, the thing is, as I've always said, we always try to focus more on the quality of trades and the quality of triggers rather than the quantity of triggers. So personally, I would prefer to have just 3 trades in a day, but all of them high quality, good depth of analysis, rather than having 10 trades with shallow depth of analysis with just intuitive trading. That's not really how we prefer to do things. So we have a short position at the nearest quality swing level of 1050, stop loss at 1060, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Next, we have SR Transfen. Now, SR Transfen, we are going to go for a long position at the pullback at the nearest demand zone, which is at 595. As you can see, previously it has acted in the past. We are going to go for a long at 595, stop loss at 587, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to Apollo Hospitals. Now Apollo Hospitals, it has been going up relentlessly. The only thing that we have not seen here is an upper circuit, but it has been going up really fast. So it only makes sense to go long aggressively at pullbacks. So this is a relatively speaking quite aggressive trade. We have a long planned at 2135, stop loss at 2110, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the final equity script that we have is Escorts. Now Escorts, we are going to go for a breakout trade. We have a trade planned at the break above the previous swing high, a convincing break. That is why we are not considering the level of just 1345, but instead 1350. We are going to go long above 1350, stop loss at 1330, and ideal targets of anywhere between 0.8 to 1% on the upside. Now coming on to my favorite parts, as you all know by now, I guess you do, the indices, starting with Nifty first. Nifty may again we have that same range of 11220 to 11320. I told you guys break of this range is going to be the decisive point for Nifty. Nifty, we took I personally took a position, a long position somewhere around here in the morning itself, because 11200 was a zone as well as a support on the option chain. So it was a multiple confirmation trade, and it worked out really well. I was able to catch 70 odd points very quickly. Now for tomorrow, what we have on Nifty is, as I said, 2 zones. 100 points का range है, either side it breaks, expect 100 points up move or down move on the upside or downside respectively. Now coming to the option chain side of things, we have resistance immediate at 11,300 with 328,000 added contracts. Support immediate at 11,200 with relatively quite high 1.1 million added contracts. On the significant levels, resistance comes in at 11,400 with 656,000 added contracts, and support comes in at 11,100 with 796,000 added contracts. For tomorrow, 11,200 is a very important level for Nifty. Even if there is a small gap down and it opens at or under that level, try to observe small or even hefty put unwinding at that level. If the put writers are not shaking off, that means that level can be reclaimed and most likely will be. However, if there is unwinding, then you can expect it to come down to 11,100 too and trade accordingly. As usual, don't jump into a trade. Wait for the first 15 to 30 minutes, or at least I'd say 45 minutes to be safe, to have a bias and then execute your trades according to your bias. Coming on to the second index, Bank Nifty. For Bank Nifty, again we have two zones similar to the zones that we have on Nifty. We have a zone at 21,250 and the next at 21,500. So roughly 250 points ka range on Bank Nifty. Quite large, but if you look at it relatively, Nifty mein 100 points ka range is equivalent to 200 points ka range on Bank Nifty. So it's not really that big when you compare it. For tomorrow, we have, I personally would take longs about 21,500 and short under 21,200 if I want to go for a breakout trade. If not, then ping pong between 200 and 500 is the way to go. Coming to the option chain, we have immediate resistance at 21,700 with 110,000 added contracts, and significant resistance at 22,000 with 90,000 added contracts. On the support side, we have immediate support at 21,200 with 422,000 added contracts, and significant support at 21,000 with 401,000 added contracts. Now coming to the PCR for both Nifty and Bank Nifty, both of them are pretty bearish with BNF coming in at 0.9 PCR of volume option buyers, and Nifty coming in at 0.98, which is pretty heftily bearish, but the option writers they seem to echo a different opinion. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. Tomorrow is the expiry, so trade carefully guys, but you can be aggressive as long as risk management is kept in check. These are all the charts that I had to discuss with you guys for today. I hope you guys have been having a good green week. I have something exciting planned for the weekend, and I hope you guys will like it, but that's a surprise for another day, not today. Thank you so much for watching guys. As usual, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, show your love in the comment section below. And tomorrow morning, I hope you guys are definitely going to check out the channel for the charts, the option chain analysis, and the watchlist trades. You can find us on Telegram at @ApexFinServe. I hope you guys have a really good, exciting but enjoyable green trading session or trading expiry tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.